Welcome to another episode of Stonkaholics. My name's EQ, aka the Certified Gem Hunter. Today we're going to be talking about Joe, All Average Joe. This is a decentralized exchange on the Avalanche ecosystem, and you know how much we love our dexes. But before we get into this project, if you could take a second, throw a like on the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, check out our Discord group, join our Premium Accelerator program. That would all be greatly appreciated. And without further ado, roll the intro. We're going to look at old Joe today. Joe's sitting at 245th on coin market cap, sitting at $3.87 with a market cap of $467 million. You're looking at a max supply of 500 million, so it's inflationary, it's finite. The only contract is going to be through the Avalanche seed chain. I'm going to be releasing another video on how to add the seed chain and how to add money into your MetaMask wallet so you can communicate with the Avalanche seed chain and get in on some of these early projects before they actually start to moon. And Trader Joe is going to be one of those ways that you can actually get into these early projects, essentially like a launch, but this is going to be more than likely where they do their IDOs or their initial DEX offering. Now it's going to look like any of the other DEXs. It's simple, it's clean. It's a one-stop shop of decentralized trading on Avalanche. You'll be able to trade, pool, farm, stake, mint. You can add Joe to your MetaMask wallet. You'll be able to lend it. There's a DAO system, so the voting is coming soon. And here are some of the top gainers within Joe. Obviously, AVAX is going to be on the top, but here are some projects. This list is going to grow very fast once more projects are added into AVAX. Again, if you follow my live streams or on TikTok or anything like that, you know that I always mention AVAX is the developer's wet dream. So this ecosystem is going to get a lot of utility projects built upon it, and there's going to be a lot of things that you'll be able to access through Trader Joe. I'd highly recommend taking a second and going through the full docs on Trader Joe if you want to invest in this or if you're looking to put money through this, because none of this is financial advice. These are just all recommendations and things that I'm kind of messing around with myself. Now when you go to the docs, you'll be able to see they'll explain how to list your tokens, how to use AVAX, how to set up AVAX with your MetaMask wallet, bringing and bridging Joe to FTM and Phantom and some of these other cross-chain ecosystems so you can bring money into Joe. Now you have your exchange, farm yielding, staking, lending, and we're going to look at the roadmap real quick. So the roadmap is to become the #1 place to trade DeFi on AVAX. Now Q4 2021, they're going to be doing Joe Rush staking version 2, the first round of NFTs, exchange listings, and then the Joe and XJoe collateralization, and of course the leverage trading, which is going to be huge. That's going to bring a lot of people into this ecosystem. Now the current phase of roadmap is highly focused on token holder growth, and this will be achieved through a combination of developing more Joe token utility, deepening the intrinsic value of the Joe token, and additionally opening up the Joe token to new markets. And they look to be an R&D hub or research and development hub for DeFi innovation. Developments toward this goal will be prioritized. And some of the key possibilities for platform development in 2022 would be limit orders, options and futures, the NFT marketplace, and IDO launchpad, which is going to be the real way that you can get into projects at the ground floor, and then Joe Pro. Taking a quick peek at their tokenomics, everything looks good. It's what you want to see. Teams getting 20%, liquidity providers getting 50%, strategic investors 10%, treasury 20%, and then you're also getting the future investors getting 10%. And this is what the distribution over time will be looking like. So into 2024 is when you're going to get the most and the majority of the supply distribution released to the public. Here are all the official contracts and addresses, just so you can make sure that you're getting access to the right things. Make sure when you're using all these contracts or addresses that you're using them the right way, because sending it to the wrong, for example, it says do not send tokens. If you send it to the wrong place, you're not going to be able to get access to your Joe. Now the governance system obviously is going to be coming soon. It's not released yet, but you're going to have your governance in your DAO voting system. So when you hold Joe in the Joe AVAX pool is where 2 Joe votes. Each Joe held XJoe is 1 vote, and each Joe token will be worth 1 Joe vote. So depending on how many tokens you vote, depending on how many tokens you have and put into the Joe AVAX pool, for example, will be determined of how many votes you can put to decide the outcome and what this project will be doing moving forward. Their team is doxed, everything is good. Now you can go through and look at all the Twitters and information on their team members, their community team members, so that is what you want to see. And it's not over doxed, which means that they're not putting out their full names and addresses and everything like that. That can be a core issue, especially when you're doing security audits. They will give you less of a score if you're way too transparent. So at least they have their Twitter and everything, and you can look into who they are. And they're a bunch of engineers and people that obviously love the AVAX community. And there's a lot of developers on here, so that's what you want to see. Again, developers what dream AVAX. So you're going to find a lot of developer teams and a lot of core teams in general that are developer focused just for that reason. Going into the investors, obviously D-Finance Capital, Coin98 Ventures, Mechanism Capital, Not 3 Law Capital, 3 Arrows Capital, Avalanche, and XAVA is invested in them, Delphi Ventures. There's a lot of capital money that's invested into this project. And you can continue to go through the learning guides, learning the DeFi sides of it, or DFIT, and you have brand assets. You can go through the audits for their DEX and their lending and their bug bounty. So they're doing multiple audits. They already have 4 audits done. There's 3 on here, and there's one that's currently being done on the bug bounty. So that's 4 audits that are being done. So you can go through all this information. It's done by HashX. It's all transparent, even though it doesn't show up on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. That's why you actually want to go to the documents so you can find these things and ensure that it is true. So I do have a really strong feeling that Joe will continue to push and be a strong DEX within the Avalanche ecosystem. Now the chart doesn't necessarily exist, so we're going to be looking at the Gate.io chart because that's all we get. Now, based on the daily, we can see that we are at least making higher highs at the moment. Hopefully, we can continue to hold this lower high. The EMAs are looking like we are able to hold and get a nice push. So as long as price can hold on one of these EMAs, hopefully I'll take this 5 EMA, maybe even the 10. The 10 EMA would be a good place to hold support if we want to push down a little bit more based on Bitcoin. But more than likely, we're getting this strong push and hopefully hold as a support on top of this EMA holds, so we can get into the next leg of this move. Until this gets listed on some more actual major exchanges or centralized exchanges, we're not going to be able to get a trading view chart on this, for example. But when we looked at the growth potential on the CoinMarketCap page, where it can go and meet the all-time high, as well as the actual market cap itself, this is only at a $500 million market cap. So I think a project like this can easily 10x and get to $5 billion. Now, if you want to see potentially where it could go, you want to compare this to, let's say, a PancakeSwap, and you want to see where PancakeSwap or Uniswap and all of those are sitting, and that'll give you a general idea of where this project could potentially get to in terms of market cap. So PancakeSwap right now is currently sitting at a $3 billion market cap. So yeah, a 10x move for this project will be a little stretched, but you got to remember the market is a little bit down at the moment. If we do get into this next parabolic leg, we could see PancakeSwap get up into the $6 to $10 billion market cap just because it's been destined and waiting for a pump. And once we actually get into altcoin season, you know, a ton of money is going to flood into Cake because of the volume flow purposes. We talk about that a lot in our Discord group if you want to learn a little bit more about that. But overall, let's say that you can get a 4 to 6x move off of Joe to even meet the market cap of PancakeSwap. So that's a good thing to see. You know, that I wouldn't be complaining about that by any means. That's great profit. So this is going to wrap up our video on Joe. If you didn't get a chance to already, please make sure to throw a like on the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, go check out our Premium Accelerator program, or go join our Discord group. That's free. Hopefully you have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on wherever you're watching this in the world. And we'll catch you on the next one.